You know, ultimately, when it comes to sci-fi fantasy, if you give me the option, I'm gonna want to go weird. Doom Patrol. I am gonna be watching more of these. Spoiler. It's quite good. But for right now, I'm just gonna talk about the first two episodes because I was commissioned to take a look at these. So Doom Patrol's kind of been on my to-do list for a while because people have noted my excitement and love of things like Legends of Tomorrow and Umbrella Academy, largely because of their weirdness and how unapologetic they are about it. And I've been told Doom Patrol absolutely has that as well. And granted, only two episodes so far, but yes, can confirm this is weird and it makes no apologies for it. Oh, okay. So, um, I've never read the Doom Patrol comics. I'm familiar with some of the characters, but for the most part, like I even like sort of through the grapevine know some folks who do Doom Patrol podcast like well before the show was done. Waiting for Doom, shout that out. So like I know it definitely has its fans, but I also knew it was like this some weird side thing. I don't know. I never looked into it really. So this thing, how it oh boy. It's hard to know how to even start to try and talk about this. So, first of all, the cast is very good. The just it's a bit of a loaded cast. First of all, we've got Matt Bromer and Brendan Fraser mostly doing voice work, although for their respective characters, they do get to play themselves in flashback stuff. Brendan Fraser is the voice of Cliff, who is Robot Man. He's a brain in a robot. And then Matt Bromer is, oh, I forget the guy's actual name. Is that Negative Man is his deal. He's the one wrapped in bandages. We've got Rita, former Hollywood star turned sentient pile of goop who is constantly trying very hard to hold herself into her old shape. Then there's Jane. Jane is something. Um I I feel like I have to put a little bit of an asterisk on talking about Jane. Um the same that I had to do when talking about Moon Knight, which is I don't have DID. I'm not close enough with anyone who does to feel confident in saying whether or not this is especially accurate or especially respectful. But what I will say is I found it intriguing and I especially like sort of the implications that there isn't like a struggle for control of her brain, that it's they've just found a way to kind of all cope with each other cuz well, they have to. They don't really have a choice but to just figure it out and they more or less have done that. So I kind of like the idea that as chaotic as she seems from the outside, that she's kind of got a little bit of inner peace, for lack of a better way to put it. At least that's the vibe that I'm getting from her, and I find that really intriguing as an approach for this kind of character. Timothy Dalton, oh boy, talk about loading the bases. If you're gonna have Timothy Dalton be your suave voiced, slightly like, wait a minute, you seem a little sketchy, possibly kind of character. Yeah, he's a good pull for that. So like that. Alan Tudyk, Alan Tudyk as the villain. So this didn't fully sink in until the second episode, and like I'm gonna talk about these episodes pretty freely. I don't think there's only so much you can spoil about two episodes, given that there's three seasons of this thing so far. But Alan Tudyk's villain character is also doing the narrating. The thing I didn't realize until the second episode is he's narrating in real time. So when he actually appears, he is directly addressing the audience, knowing they're an audience, and other characters can hear him do this, and they're going, who are you talking to? So, like, it's already kind of breaking my brain a little bit on that, because, like, this isn't quite a Deadpool thing where it's played for laughs. Like, it's kind of funny, but it's implied that is sort of part of his powers. Like, he's kind of borderline omnipotent. So, like, he can basically see through reality. It seems to be the implication. And that's really cool. It took me a little while to start to get a sense of this version of Cyborg. I think I'm doing all right with him. I'll be curious to see how he goes from here. He's obviously a lot more laid back and definitely a lot more settled into himself than say the version from the Justice League. Actually, either version, the Whedon or the Snyder. This one's much more laid back, pretty settled, but like still got a little bit of that sort of tortured background thing going on. He's still got his parental issues. Yeah, that kind of comes with the territory. Now the weirdness. So I kind of explained a little bit of it with talking about the villain, but like, so there's a donkey, and the donkey's a portal to another dimension. Like, it, the donkey farts and opens up a hole that swallows this entire town, and anything that was pulled in that way can later be vomited up by the donkey. No, this does not really get explained. It gets explained insofar as, oh, okay, well, the donkey's a portal. And like, here's the thing. This is weird to everybody involved. This isn't like something like, say, Men in Black, where like you had Agent K, who, like, to him all of this is normal. This isn't normal to anybody, but they still just have to roll with it because they're never going to figure out why a donkey is involved in any of this. But clearly it is, so we just have to roll with it. Like, that is a wonderful balance of elements on this, because like, if you're gonna have stuff this ridiculous, you basically have three things to do with it. You can over-explain it, which cuts down on the ridiculousness. Honestly, I say don't ever do that. You can have it be ridiculous to the audience, but normal for the characters, which is like the case in the Men in Black example. Although even in that, you can have it be normal to some characters, but not all. Or there's this, where like, this isn't normal to anybody, but like, they just have to go along with it. Because watching Cliff and Vic, that's Cyborg, yell at each other back and forth about the donkey, it was so weird and so surreal. And so like, what am I watching? I don't know, but it's great. This is something I'm definitely going to keep watching. No promise about a pace that I'm going to get through this at, but I fully expect that I will talk about seasons as I finish them, but it's probably going to be slow. Be aware of that. I don't have a ton of free time in my day or weeks or months. Like, my time evaporates very quickly. Time that is not occupied by something, whether it's work related or whether it's time with family or the people near and dear to me. Time that is just, oh, I can do whatever I want. But, time that's just like, oh, there's nothing else going on and I don't have something that I should be doing. Oh, I can just pick something that's just for me at this moment. That's few and far between. But that's where I'm going to have to slot this stuff in as I can. But I am definitely going to keep watching this because Doom Patrol is nutso. And I'm here for it. I am very here for it. And I cannot wait to see more. Doom Patrol! First 2 episodes, like them a lot. Can't wait to see more. What did you think about it? Whatever your thoughts on the show in general, season 1 in particular, don't give me spoilers, though, please, in the comments. But as long as you can abide by that, whatever your thoughts are, drop something down in the comments. Let's talk about it. Patreon's what pays the bills, allows me to pay for HBO Max so I can actually watch this darn thing. But even if you can't support me on there, like, share, subscribe will help me out. Don't sweat it too much, though. Take a relaxed attitude around here so you can just come on back next time you need a break. All right, I've got thanks to give for my Patreon supporters. Robin Moore, Zubin Lutfala, Tarak, The Thing That Goes Doink in the Anime, Oliver B., Linda Walters, Emu Delki, Leotha Boyd, TT, Fernobulax the Poodle, Zach, Idolin, Tracy Scrabbit, Angry Casperl, Toku BL Huvian, Adam RDL Taylor, Shane Ross, Shayla Gourlay, and Brendan LaRose. The Rats and I thank you.